Hi, hello, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ege, and this is In Between Books. So guys, today we're going to be tier ranking all the romance books I read this year, and yeah, let's get into it. So by the way, if you see me looking down, I'm looking at my tab, and yeah, let's begin. So for this video we have four should I say layers, abi zones, or what exactly am I supposed to call it? Honestly, we have four categories. We have 5 categories for this video. There's the Godwin, and that's like the highest. Like Godwin, like I've read, Godwin is the highest of the high. That's like the romance is so good, the chemistry, everything between the characters are so good that I want this for myself, hence Godwin. The next is Giggling and Kicking My Feet. These are the books that made me feel butterflies in my stomach. They were so nice, so beautiful, so wholesome, and honestly they're just a general good time. Then we have Thank You Next, which is just like the name implies, like, you know, it's the romance, the story, everything is okay. It's just like after reading it, I've probably forgotten everything I've read, so it's like they are okay stories. So just like thank you for a good time, and you know, to the next thing. Then we have Is This Love or Bondage, like the name implies. Like honestly, there are some red flags. I see red flags in these stories, and so I'm just like, is this love or is this bondage? Because girl, baby girl, can't you see the red flags? And then the final one is jail, and I don't think this needs explanation. Like, ew, God forbid, I don't want this for myself. I don't want this for anyone. I don't even want this for my worst enemy. Jail immediately. The first book I have is Boyfriend Material, which was honestly a good time while I read it, but to be frank, I can't really remember. So Thank You Next, like it was okay when I read it, but baby girl, I can't remember what I read. Then we have Only for the Weak, which, don't fight me, but I'm going to put this in Thank You Next also, because to be honest, I feel like this book, because I know the book talk and Instagram girlies, they love Only for the Weak, but for me it was just very okay. Like everything the male protagonist does in this book is something I've seen, either the exact same thing or a variation of it in other books. So it didn't feel like anything fresh or new. It just felt like I've seen all these things being done before. There was nothing that really made him stand out to me. So it was just like, he's an okay person. Then we have Never Ever Getting Back Together. This is a sapphic romance, and oh, this is such a cute one. I'll put it in Giggling and Kicking My Feet because it was so cute. It was really so cute. Then Until I Met You. Honestly, I'll put you in Thank You Next. Like, to be very honest with you, I didn't really like the book. It was just an okay read to me. So just Arts and Gwen Are Not in Love is a YA book and it has romance. It's like a medieval fantasy book. It was very cute and wholesome. Okay, I think I'll put you here. I'll put you in Giggling and Kicking My Feet. It's a very cute and wholesome story. And so the next book I have is Between Friends and Lovers, which is going straight to Godwin, because this is like one of my favorite romance novels this year. The communication between the two like the main characters was so refreshing to see, and I just love them. I love them so much. Godwin. Then we have Captive Prince, which is a fantasy romance. You get what I mean? So honestly, this book, I kind of liked it, let me not lie, but the book features slavery and pedophilia and a host of other very eyebrow raising things, and I thought that the author at some point would try and address it, especially the slavery. Like, they address a lot of the issues, but the pedophilia and the slavery part, just this author did not do anything about that. They just kind of left it to be like part of the world, which I just was kind of hoping the author will address them, but they didn't, which is like so Um, Either jail or just love or bondage. I'm not sure. I kind of want to put it in jail because honestly, you should go to jail for that. Um, Jail immediately. Prison, like let's go to prison. Then the next is Never Rescue a Rogue. This is a historical romance. I can't really remember this series, let me not lie. So thank you. Next, like I probably enjoyed while reading, but yeah. Then Never Wager with a Wallflower, the same thing, it's part of the same series. Frankly, I think I had a good time while reading them, but I can't remember, frankly speaking. Then we have Four Aids and a Funeral, which is a YA, and I put this one basically because the romance was a very integral part of the story, and this was very cute. Because I want to put thank you next, because and yeah, it was okay. The romance part was cute. It was cute. Nothing really special to write home about. And then the next is Wrong. I'll start with the first book, which is Hate to Want You. And so this particular book I have so Hate to Want You is a book that it's a series, and it's basically like this enemies to lovers thing, or more like star-crossed lovers, honestly. And yeah, it was an interesting book. I kind of want to put it in thank you next. I think that's what I'm going to be doing for most of these, because I can't really remember. Is this, should I want kind of, okay, so the thing about the book is like a star-crossed lover thing, where the family, something happened between the main characters' families, and now they are like enemies. And yeah, I can't really remember what I read in this story. No thank you. Thank you next. Like the entire series is just supposed to be like this star-crossed lovers series, and to be honest, I can't remember what I read in any of them. I just remember that I had a good time while reading them, but that's all I can say. Then we have Excuse Me While I Ugly Cry, which is another YA book that I think the romance was an integral part of it. That's why it's on this list in the first place. Oh, this was so cute. I'm going to put it in Giggling and Kicking My Feet, because it was just a very cute and wholesome book. Then I have I think the High King's Golden Tongue, something like that. This one, this book, oh god, this book. I just put it in thank you next. This one, this particular book, I was just like in the mood for romance, and I wanted romantasy, and I saw it's a queer book about a king, and there's this person that he can speak all the languages, like I think 8 of all the languages in this fantasy world, and so if you can speak more than I think 5 or so, you are automatically called the Golden Tongue, and about how this person and the king of that particular country falls in love. Can't really remember what I read, but it was a good time. Then we have The Heart Principle, which goes to Godwin. Oh, this book, oh my god, I love them. I love the main characters in this book so much. They are close to my heart. Honestly, reading their book was just so refreshing to me. Honestly, I think there's a reading vlog where I was reading it, and yeah, just the way the story was told between Anna and this young man. It has been a while since I read a book that wasn't just about a particular trope, so it was just very refreshing to read. I don't want to do the Christmas book yet. Then the next is How to End a Love Story. I'm going to should I put in Godwin or giggling and kicking my feet? I don't know. Who should I put you with? Let me see. So How to End a Love Story is like it's kind of like, I want to say enemies to lovers, but it's more star-crossed, because something happened between these two people and their families that just puts them on like behind enemy lines, so that both families don't like each other. At least the female main character, her family doesn't like the male main character because he does something that involves their families. But it's just a very sweet book. I don't know where to put you. I'll put you in Giggling and Kicking My Feet, because it was so nice to read. And then we have also Office Hours by Katrina. It's not Katrina Jackson. Oh, I enjoyed this one, but to be honest, I can't remember what I read. Thank you next. And then the second book in the series, Sabbatical. Thank you next, because thank you next, honestly. And then I don't want to do the Christmas books yet, so the last books that are not Christmas related, Aisha at Last. Oh, Aisha at Last. Aisha at Last, I'll put in thank you next. It was a nice story overall, but yeah, it was a nice story overall. Then we have the Prince and can't remember the name of the Prince and something, Sha. The Prince and what? Okay, so we have the Prince of the Sorrows, which I'm going to put you in. Is this love or bondage? I'm putting this in this. I'm putting this one in. I'm putting this book in. Is this love or bondage? Because I liked the story. It's a romantic series, and basically I loved the characters together. They had really good chemistry. They communicated well with each other. But the circumstances in which these two characters find themselves, like one particular character is kind of like a slave. It's like they are kind of like in a slave master situation, and just the things one of these characters goes through, like the very horrific things. And frankly, I don't know how I would go through half of the things this character goes through, and I'll still be in this relationship. This, no matter how good you are to me, it just cannot. It can't work out. It can't work in real life, please. So is this love or bondage? Because seriously, in fact, it's not even bondage. Is this a curse? Did they curse you and your village people after you? Like, my brother, let's wisen up. Wake up. This one can't be love, actually. Let the games begin. This is a sports romance that's kind of around sets during the Olympics period. Takes place during the Olympics. And yeah, it was very cute, very nice. I put you in thank you next because I enjoyed it while reading, but I frankly can't remember what I read. I don't know why Google Ads is trying to disturb me. Please go away. I can't remove it. Oh well. Then the next we have is the Tournament of Losers by Megan Dare. I'm just going to put you in thank you next because I enjoyed it. I actually did. It's, what can I say about it? I can't really remember, but it's just like, it wasn't even really that. Honestly, the book wasn't that nice, but the romance aspect was okay. It was okay. It was okay. Okay, so now we're on to the Christmas books I read this year. First, I will talk about Christmas in Spite of You, which I will put in thank you next because it was sweet, it was wholesome, it was really nice. At the beginning of this book, I didn't really like it because there was insta love tropes comes to play in this book, and I don't like insta love, so I was kind of like irritated. But towards the end, I ended up enjoying myself, so it's a good book. Then The Most Wonderful Time, and The Most Wonderful Time, honestly, I don't even know. It was just okay. Oh, let me not lie. It was just okay. Nothing to really write home about. Then Jingle Bell, the Jingle Bell Mingle. Oh, this was very cute, very wholesome, very spicy, honestly. Very spicy. I want to put it in kicking and giggling and kicking my feet. Should I? Nah, it was just the most memorable thing about this book was the spiciness, let me not lie. So I'll just leave it in thank you next. But it was really good. Then the Winter Wonderland. Oh, this was so cute. It's a queer YA story, and it was really, really cute and wholesome. I loved it. I really enjoyed this one. So giggling and kicking my feet. Then I'll Be Gone for Christmas. This one was another really cute one. It's about two women that switched homes during the holidays. It was very lovely. I enjoyed myself. So I think I'll put it in giggling and kicking my feet. It was just very sweet and beautiful. Then Merry Little Meet Cute was also another spicy one. Honestly, this book, I remember it for the spiciness and nothing more. So enter thank you next. Yeah, so those are all the books I read this year. Like, these are all the romance books I read this year. This was fun to do, and thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye.